Hello everyone, welcome back. So let's get started, shall we? So today we are creating a cat eye using CC curl and D curl. We're going to place the D curl on the end in the outer corners to create that flicker, and we're going to have CC curl throughout the rest of the eye. So you want to go ahead and start applying the lashes. You want to hold that lash in place for a second before you come out so you can minimize the stickies. Next, we're going to go over to the next eye in the same zone. I like working in the same zone from eye to eye. Okay. And so you want to make sure that you get that one lash in between those tweezers. You definitely want to be mindful of the tweezer pressure that is there by the eye pad. Sometimes you may tend to apply a lot of pressure right there. You want to be definitely careful. You want to go ahead and grab another lash and go ahead and place it. And you can also squeeze, give it a little squeeze, adhering the natural lash to the extension, so you can just kind of squeeze it together. But be careful because you don't want to get a lot of adhesive on your tweezers. If you get adhesive on your tweezers, you can always grab another pair or use acetone 100%. Dip it in there, clean the tweezers off, and it'll remove the adhesive. So here we're just doing another little squeeze. Now, I don't do squeezes on every single lash. Only a few where it looks like the natural lash need to adhere to the extension a little better. You want to always isolate at the base, so that way you can move the little small anagen baby lashes out the way, and even catagen lashes. You want to hold the curved tweezers open to ensure that there's only one lash inside of that tweezer. You don't want to have a whole lot of baby lashes inside of that tweezer. That's why you need to isolate at the base of the lid. Okay. You want to make sure and be mindful of the pressure that you have on your client's forehead. It should be really light. And you want to go ahead and dip your lash 2/3 into the adhesive and apply the lash. Right after you apply it, if you make it go in the direction and hold it for a little sec, it'll normally stay in that direction. You can also use both of the tweezers to move the lashes around out of your way. Okay? So you tell the natural lash and the extension what you want it to do. Okay? And you just work back and forth, back and forth. I like to work back and forth, because if the client needs to go for an emergency, they can have lashes on both eyes. Okay, you also want to isolate with the curved tweezer. And so you see there, I'm kind of using both tweezers to move the lashes out the way. You can also do the tape back method to even start with, and you'll be seeing me tape back some lashes later in this video. And make sure you have a good grip on your tweezers, on both of them. You're working closely with clients' eyes. So always make sure you're holding your tweezers really good. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit here. And now we're going to move over to the tape back method for layers using iPads. Now you can use iPads or tape, but here the lashes was in the way right there, so I kind of moved it back with the iPad. Now if you do use tape, you want to be sure to detack it on your client's skin, not your skin, but your client's skin. Okay. You can also dry while you're lashing. Definitely use your dryer throughout the service to dry those lashes. And you can also move those iPads at the top of her lids around however you like it. But just pretty much, I could see the top layers and all of the layers, but her lashes was kind of really thick in that area with a lot of layers, so I applied the iPad to move some of the layers out the way after I lashed them. And like I say, you can use this tape back method for the inner, middle, and outer. You just have to adjust your tape or iPads. Okay. Definitely be patient with yourself. If you do not get the lash on the extension within a couple of 1 to 3 seconds or however long it takes for your adhesive to dry, go ahead and throw that lash away and grab a new one. Sorry about my hand there, that I needed to get that direction going there. You can apply the lashes on top, under, or on the side. With this set, I did apply the lashes on top. I applied some of them on the bottom and some on the side. It just all depends on the angle of the natural lash and what's best to how to place it. So you don't have to have your whole set with lashes placed on the side or placed on top. You can place them on the side or on the bottom, whichever works best for you. And in this, now I'm checking for stickies. If you see any stickies, go ahead and unstick them. If you see any loose bases, you can go ahead and banana peel them off. You don't really need to use adhesive remover because it'll make a mess and remove the neighboring extensions. So just banana peel any loose bases. Take your time, be patient with yourself. And just go back and forth between the eyes. Excuse the hand, trying to get that direction right. Direction matters. All your lashes on the inner corner should be going inner. The lashes in the middle should be going up. The lashes on the outer should go kind of out. It should match the lash, the natural lash. I'm going to speed this up. And we're going to be working on both eyes. Don't forget, you can adjust the eye pads or the tape to that zone you're working in. Now we are going to go into getting those inner corners. We're going to tape back those inner corners. And when you do that, it'll spread the inner corners out evenly so you can have more room to work with. They'll open up. Let's place it gently there and just pull up and tar the ear, and you can see they do spread out like butter. Working those inner corners, I'll speed it up a little. And actually on the inner corners, I even went down to like a 8 on a couple. And you want to go ahead and dry. Dry as much as you like. Okay. You also want to go ahead and check to make sure you have full coverage with your lash mirror. And then you want to go dry them and kind of brush through them so that any loose spaces will come off, okay? When you're brushing them, you may see some fall out. It's okay. Just reapply them. Just reapply them. You definitely want them to fall off here at your salon instead of when a client gets home and they say, hey, my lashes are all falling off. But this step is really important. Brush through your lashes so any loose spaces can fall off. Okay? Once that is done, you can go ahead and separate. You see, I'm going in doing separation. You do this separation at least 4 times minimum throughout the service. So every now and again, after you have got a couple on there, just go in and do this. It's just like combing through the lashes. You should be able to glide through the lashes so effortlessly. If there's any stuck, go ahead and separate. And like I say, you want to do your separation, going through there, combing the lashes at least 4 times minimum. Now, that brush got hung at the end. Maybe some adhesive had got on there. So you just go ahead and unstick it. Kind of pull horizontally, then unstick. Yes, yes, yes. That is much better, much better. Okay, awesome. So now we're going to go into misting. Now, this step is optional. You don't have to mist. You can just bond if you want, or you can just mist if you want. However you want to do it. The misting helps the adhesive cure. You want to go ahead and dry them. Dry them for a good couple of minutes, at least like 2 minutes or so, to make sure that adhesive is getting dry. And I'm still fanning. Still fanning, making sure they are dry. If the adhesive is not dry when your clients open their eyes, it will burn. So definitely take your time and dry the lashes really, really, really good. You definitely don't want your clients' eyes burning whenever they open. Also, the misting will help with the fumes as well. from the adhesive. And this model, she has had a great nap. So your clients should feel comfortable to fall asleep. Lash naps are free, by the way. I encourage my clients to take a nap. Most of the time they do take a nap. And so now I want to decide if I want to bond or not, because bonding is optional. You do not have to bond. But if you do bond, it helps with retention. Or you can just nano mist and to help cure, that helps with retention as well. So I decided I wanted to bond. I have two. You can use the micro swabs or the lip applicators. Here in this video is the lip applicators, and I'm going to bond the top and the bottom because I place lashes on the top and through the bottom throughout the set. And like I say, this bonding is optional. You do not have to bond. And then after that, I'm going to go ahead and dry again, making sure everything is really dry and good to go. Don't want the client's eyes burning. Whenever you're doing the tape back method, be sure that you are not taping your client's eyes up so far to where the white part is showing in their eyes, because fumes can get in there and seep in there and burn the client's eyes. So I'm still going to be drying, still drying. And now I'm going to brush to double check to make sure there is no loose spaces, none that is falling out, making sure there's no stickies at the base or at the tip. Okay, and now we are finished with this application, and go ahead and take a look at her after. There we have a cat eye. There it's really different lengths used.